October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. November is Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month. Although it is not as celebrated as breast cancer awareness is, it can still be one of the deadliest killers. As you can see, gas prices are extremely high. The average in Washington State is $3.45. The average in Seattle is $3.51. And even in our own little neighbor town of Yakima, the average is $3.38. But don't get too comfortable because summer is just around the corner and that means gas prices will be even higher. For the past 20 years, the Ellensburg Downtown Task Force has been a vital member of the Ellensburg community. But as of last week, it was officially eliminated. The task's main goal was to promote a prosperous and healthy downtown environment. The force is made up of 9 different members who are property owners around town. The force addressed the Chamber of Commerce and the City Council. They reviewed and proposed building changes, made suggestions on proper color schemes for the signs around town, and they also gave policy guidance on different ordinances such as parking and littering. The decision to eliminate the council was brought up last spring at one of the City Council and Chamber of Commerce meetings, and has been a hot topic for many months. To eliminate a council, you have to bring it up in a council meeting, and then it is reviewed and an ordinance is made and has to be approved through the City Council and Chamber of Commerce. The decision to eliminate the Downtown Task Force was brought up because different council members around in the city felt that there were other entities in the city that were doing the same things as the Downtown Task Force. As of right now, the city has no future plans at reinstating the Ellensburg Downtown Task Force. Reporting for Newswatch in Ellensburg, I'm Victoria Self. Drinking is the thing to do when you are a college student. It's especially fun when you can go out to the bars with friends and have a good time. But that is only if you are doing it legally. As you probably know, the legal age for drinking is 21, but that rule is not followed by a lot of young adults.
I have a few. I use fake IDs, and they usually work every time.
Captain Dan Hansberry of the Ellensburg Police Department says that fake ID usage is always a problem, but that now it's shifting to more people using other people's IDs rather than a fake. In the past 2 years, there has been 12 accounts of fake ID usage in Ellensburg, Washington. Using one of these and an establishment like the Starlight, if it's fake, could land you a Class C felony. That is 5 years in jail, $10,000 in fines, or both. To get your license to serve alcohol, you're required to take a class on how to spot fake IDs.
But it's a good combination between fake IDs and just not having an ID or having an ID that says they're too young to be in a bar.
If a person is caught with a fake ID, the bouncer or bartender is required to take the ID and call the police. When the police arrive, the ID is put in their custody and they begin to search for the owner or forger of that ID. In past years, the Ellensburg Police Department and the Washington State Liquor Board have partnered up and started a sting or shoulder tab program, where underage people go into a bar or liquor store and try to purchase alcohol. Going out and having a good time is fun, but only if you follow the rules and stay safe. Four Loko, blackout in a can, liquid cocaine. This popular alcoholic beverage is causing a lot of fuss. So what is Four Loko? It's an alcoholic energy drink that comes in 9 different flavors, including grape, watermelon, and orange. The 4 in Four Loko stands for its main ingredients: caffeine, taurine, guarana, and alcohol. But one ingredient that most people don't know about is wormwood, which is an active ingredient in absinthe. Many college students drink Four Lokos and have experienced the side effects of it. Some of the effects of drinking it are hot flashes, blackouts, and has even put people in a comatose state. Due to the events that occurred in Roslyn with 9 Central Washington students, the university is now looking at changing their alcohol policy for students living on campus.
Well, the university's put a temporary ban in the residence halls so that we can investigate the medical needs, the communication and education needs for our students regarding alcoholic caffeinated beverages.
If students are caught on campus with a Four Loko, they are required to throw it away and are then sent a letter informing them to meet with the student conduct officer. And depending on any prior violations of the Student Conduct Code, they will be held accountable for their actions.
The university has a policy that starts with alcohol education. It moves to parental notification and an assessment off campus, and then could lead to suspension from the university.
So the next time you are in the mood for a little energy boost, make sure you choose a safer alternative. Alleyways like this one are home to all types of vandalism, including graffiti. Graffiti comes in all types of forms on backs of buildings, sides of dumpsters, and even inside restaurants.
You know, so 2 years ago we had to take out all of our tables in the back and have them resurfaced because there was carvings with people's names and dirty names, all sorts of horrible things, and it was just to the point where it was just too much. So we cleaned it all up, and so far so good.
Grant's Pizza Place has been a part of Ellensburg since 1969, when it was originally called Pizza Place. You would think graffiti would add to the ambiance of the restaurant since there are decorated tiles on the ceiling, but those are something you have to pay for. Across the nation, graffiti is a problem, even in places like you wouldn't expect, like here in Ellensburg. In Ellensburg, if you're caught doing graffiti, it's malicious mischief in the 3rd degree. Doing something like this could cause you up to a year in jail, $5,000 in fines, or both. Although there hasn't been a hit of graffiti for a while, it still is a big problem. If you find any graffiti, you can report it to either the Ellensburg Code Enforcement or the police department.
This year, just before you showed up, did some research and we've handled 11 cases so far this year. That's not just 11 instances, it's 11 times we've been found out. Because usually when we find one piece, you find a whole area that's been hit.
No matter the weather or temperature outside, graffiti will be a problem. Currently, the only program in the city cleaning up graffiti is juvenile services. For the past 2 years, Washington State has been trying to pass an initiative to privatize liquor sales. In 2010, there were 2 liquor initiatives that were on the ballot, 1100 and 1105. They both failed. So what's different with I-1183? Currently, liquor or spirits are sold only at state-run liquor stores. The Washington State Liquor Control Board operates the liquor stores and oversees the contract liquor stores. The board also sets the price for spirits and collects the taxes from the sale of spirits. The existing law allows private parties to sell or distribute alcoholic beverages that are not spirits, such as wine or beer. According to the official voter's guide from the Secretary of State's website, I-1183 makes it possible for private parties to sell and distribute spirits. To be able to sell spirits and be eligible for a liquor license, the establishment must be 10,000 square feet or larger or a previous liquor store. The liquor store behind me and Super One Foods right across the street are 2 examples of places that will be able to sell beer, wine, and spirits if Initiative 1183 is passed. Minority Whip Bill Hinkle says Initiative 1183 has a plan for existing buildings.
Is that we're at a point now where we have to look at ways to actually maximize our revenues at the state and do it in a way that doesn't raise taxes. That's kind of unique. It does raise license fees, but I think the balance there is that we privatize it, it becomes competitive, and I think we'll see better service for the public in the end.
I-1183 also changes laws on wine. It requires distributors to set a uniform price which would allow the sale of wine at different prices based on business reasons. Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Victoria Self. Hello and welcome to this year's first edition of Newswatch. I'm Victoria Self.
And I'm Kevin Rounce.
Coming up on Newswatch, find out if minors using fake IDs is a growing concern for Ellensburg.
Plus, learn how Kittitas School District responds to last week's raids and a community update.
This and more coming up on Newswatch. Now that classes are fully underway, students are hitting the downtown area. But are all students really of age? I wanted to find out more about this topic and find out what happens to underage students who get caught. Kittitas Valley Community Hospital is celebrating the Advanced Patient Safety Program at its Family Birthing Center. The program adopts procedures used by high-risk industries to reduce possible errors that can occur during childbirth. There will be an open house presentation explaining a few of the new safety procedures at 5:30 tonight at the hospital. Hospital Director of Communications, Amy Diaz, says this is a presentation that expectant mothers should attend. Welcome back to Newswatch. Now let's take a look at your weather. The high for today is a sunny 46 degrees. That is only a couple degrees off of the record high, which is 59, and was set back in 1995.